in the morning, took a 4 hour nap, and got back up at 6 o'clock because I called in the pocket. In the pocket means I found some stuff online inside the Internal Revenue Service code that gives a lot of clarity to everything that we're doing. What we're doing is that we're zeroing out debt. That's all we're doing is zeroing out debt because they handed debts to us because we've been filing or signing blank endorsements. That means we've been signing things without giving instructions on how we want this to go. So even if you're at a real estate closing, if you're just signing that promissory note, you're doing a blank endorsement, even though you did issue the credit. But you have to give them instructions along the way. And they have to oblige by that instruction because they are really the debtors. They've just turned it and convinced everyone to know that they think that they're the creditors, and they taught us in schools that, we're debtors, and they teach us on our jobs that we are debtors. Our families teach us that we are debtors. Our birth certificates say that we're creditors, but we think we're debtors because our moms handed us over to the state. Long story short, again, once you get the basics, which will be securing your property and fixing your infrastructure with Internal Revenue Service. Don't be afraid of Internal Revenue Service. They are your friends. They are the ones that are keeping the books for the bankruptcy. What I did find out last night, let me tell you what I found out last night. Last night, I'm looking at where do the taxes for all the U.S. citizens go. Do anyone on this live know where that goes? Who we're paying when we're paying taxes? Anyone know?
England.
There you go. Somebody give me his props. England. I thought that was a conspiracy until I saw it with my own eyes. It goes to England. Okay, so that's letting you know that they are still administrating our accounts. You know why? Because they're minor accounts. Now I'm gonna tell you another move that I made when I saw it with my own eyes last night. When you use the form 1041, because if you have just trust and everything set up, you're going to be using the 1041 forms. I don't care if it's 1040V or 1041. But it's going to be 1041V and 1041 for your trust. Now, with that sets you aside. It puts you on the classification of 5 and 6. Every code I read last night with those forms to tell you what class you're in. When you're using a 1040, you're in the classified as a 1 or a 2. That means that you're in a minor account status with them. Okay? So you want to move your account status up to a 5 or 6, classification of 5 or 6, which puts you under gifts and estates. Okay, that's where you want to be. So therefore, they can't look at you as a minor. When you call them, they're talking to you as if you are a minor. They're trained. The people that answer you at the phone, the agents that answer the phone, the field reps, whatever they are speaking to you like you are a minor. Okay, so you can't get mad at them because that's what they're trained to do. And you have not put them on notice. You say, well, how do you put them on notice? You put them on notice with the entity classification change. That's a form 8832.
Let's pull that up.
That's all it takes. It's the 8832. It's called entity classification change. What are you changing? I'm changing my status from using just this social to my EIN. So I'm going to put my EIN over the social. Now you could put an estate EIN over your social, or you can put a 9A EIN, which makes you foreign, over the social. But you can put any number over that social that can handle those debts, but you still control everything. When you do that, that's the game changer. They have to deal with you differently. They are under obligation. And I got the laws. I don't have it in front of me, but I have it in my computer where it states that they are liable if they don't do certain things for you. I have all those codes. So now the rabbits got the gun.
That's right.
We got the gun. They have to move. They're not doing you any favor. They are handling your accounts. When you send something to the IRS, and give you guys this one for free right here. When you send anything to the Internal Revenue Service, on your envelope and outside the envelope, write on there in all caps, special handling is mandatory. In all caps. Special handling is mandatory. Okay? Now they can't deal with you in general at that point. They have to maintain and give this account well care. It's mandatory. Okay, so those are different words and verbiage you use to make them move. This expedites anything that you're doing, and they cannot just hold it. I have laws for that too that I found last night. Like I said, it was like Christmas for me last night, you guys, on my own terms for Christmas. So when you deal with them, they have, Section 274. It has cash equivalents and it has coupons. It tells you how to endorse your coupons. Now, you want to endorse your coupon? They send you a bill, has a coupon on the bottom of it. You write on that bill, make payable to the United States Treasury. Then put your Social Security number with the dashes on there and put the year that it's for. So we're in 2023 right now. You put
You're giving them too much. You're giving them too much. You're giving them too
okay,
much.
okay, all right. I'm gonna back up. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. I'm gonna give you that. Put the year on there. Put that year on there. All right. So
One time. Give them too much in one time. Give them too much in one
okay,
time.
all right. I don't want to crash. Nobody crash out. Okay. So just deal in trust, stay in honor, and secure yourself, and change your classification with Internal Revenue Service. Now, I'm not going to say that it's easy. That 8832 has to be filled out the right way. And I'm going to give you guys this. This is the last gem I'm giving you. You have to call the Social Security Administration office in Maryland. I think it's in Maryland.
I'm sorry.
And you're going to have to ask them the day your Social Security number was issued to you.
I'm sorry, Monique. I'm not being a gatekeeper, but the stuff that he's giving you a lot of things at one time, and you're going to mix all of them together. So that's not me being a gatekeeper. That's me saying, hold on, let's give him a little bit at a time. Because you trying to do that and trying to fill out an 8832 and not knowing how to fill out an 8832, and me telling you to put special handling on something, you still not doing it right. You're going to be confused. Now,
Right.
Monique, if you can get up here and you can tell me and explain to me every single thing that he just said, I'll go ahead and cop to being a gatekeeper. But I know if it took me as long as to learn what he taught me to learn that, I know you're confused, and I don't want anyone on here to be confused and to do it incorrectly. That's all I'm saying, Monique. That's all I'm saying.
So if anyone have any questions, 'cause I know I'm a fast talker. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free. I can answer what I can right
I
now.
do.
Sure.
So the Social Security went, like I called Social Security and found out the date that, my parents applied for the number. You're saying to put that information on the last page on the 8832?
It goes in two places on the 8832. I can consult with you privately for that and let you know how to fill it out correctly.
Okay, cool, yeah. But yeah, so it was a little challenging, I'm not gonna lie, to get that time and date because they'll tell you it's irrelevant. But guys, you just gotta sweet talk them and let them know, like, hey, like, okay, well, I just told them that my dad has, so I can't ask him. So I just played that role
Okay.
and it worked.
Tell you what.
So you just gotta really
Alana,
sweet talk them to get information.
Alana, let's role play really quick.
Yeah.
You're the person answering the phone at Social Security. Role play. Hi, how you doing? Give me a hi. How you doing? This is me calling in for that. Go ahead.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, fine. How are you? I'm calling to find out what date and year my Social Security number was issued.
That's not relevant.
Yes, it is, ma'am. I need the date and
In
the year my
what
Social
way?
Security numbers was issued. And which way? What?
I just don't see how that would be relevant. If you have your Social Security number, you can use it as it was issued.
Ma'am, is this for something not pertaining to any of your business? But I just need the date and the year that the Social Security number was issued under that name. John
Well,
L.
you
Doe.
can go online and apply,
No,
or you
no,
can go
ma'am,
online
ma'am,
and
ma'am,
fill out a
ma'am,
form
you're missing
to
the point,
get it,
ma'am,
and
ma'am.
somebody can get
Excuse me,
back
ma'am.
to
I don't mean to be
you.
rude to cut you off, ma'am. I don't mean to be rude to cut you off, but here's what I need. I need the date and the year my Social Security number was issued. And if you can't help me, could you please get your supervisor on the phone to help me with this? I'll hold.
Yeah, let me ask the supervisor if they can get out. Just let me put you on a brief hold.
And that's literally how it went the first time I called, because they would not give it to me. And then then he told me, Free Hustle said, call back. And he said, stop. Call
That's
back.
it.
Just
Yeah.
stop.
Just repeat it over and over to them again. They're going to give it to you. I had to do this week. I got 2 9-8 numbers for 2 of my clients this week because they kept getting turned down for the 9-8 number over the phone, and I had to call in for them from a different number, and I had to call in for them, and I got it in like 7 minutes because the first thing they ask you is for your social, and I tell them I'm not calling for Social Security benefits. I'm calling concerning trust business, and I need to do banking. And that is because I deal with people overseas, a company overseas, and I deal with banking in the United States. So I need a number, your number for that bank.
How hard is it? Because I saw that you, and I'm going to mention it because I saw you put it in the comment section, to settle mortgages.
It's mortgages. You just have to. I'll say it like this: you have to You have to go around all bases. So one first base is the Treasury, Treasury and the IRS. They share the same base, right? Second base is Bureau of Fiscal Services. They share the same base with the Treasury. Well, they're connected to the Treasury and Internal Revenue, so they're all connected, right? So, but I'll give Bureau of Fiscal Service second base. Third base, I will give it's the Federal Reserve Bank. Okay, I'm not gonna say the district because Tanika might say I'm giving too much, so I'm not gonna give too much. But the Federal Reserve Bank, they're on third. All right, and home is when they discharge it. Period. Okay, I just got one discharge last week. They were in the bankruptcy court. And the reason why I'm telling you the bankruptcy court is so valuable, you got to understand about bankruptcy court. It's a federal bankruptcy court. Guess who's at the federal bankruptcy court? The United States trustees. You know what that means? They have access to the Fed window. They have access to the Treasury.
Yeah, because a lot of people thought like if you're going through bankruptcy, you can lose your home and this,
No.
but that's the best place to do it, guys.
Yeah, exactly. They're going into your estate to get funds at all times. Just think about it like this. Anybody that asks for your social, any agency, any company that asks for your social, they are accessing inside the private side of your estate. The public side is what you already gave them, which would be your social security number. That's the public side. The private side is going to be that social without the dashes, but on the private side. So you say, well, what does that have to do with the Federal Reserve? What does that have to do with the Treasury? Well, the Treasury is holding that SEPTA K trust, and the Federal Reserve has your account for the number on the back of your social. These are all accounts that's already been activated on the private side, but you never had access to it because you never claimed them. You're out there swimming in the middle of the ocean, abandoned, lost at sea, basically, until you return. When is the principal going to return? When is the birthright heir going to return? That's what you are.
And
You have the
listen,
right to your securities. Don't abandon them anymore.
Listen, people. Remember
Get
when
abandoned.
I was telling you about getting your birth certificate authenticated? When have you ever told someone that you were alive, that you were no longer a minor, that you were no longer lost at sea? When have you ever told anyone that? And what do you have in your possession that says that you have full faith and credit? You have nothing except for your authenticated birth certificate from the federal government that says that you have full faith and credit. That's the only thing that you have that says that you have full faith and credit.
Right.
The only thing.
Exactly.
And that's the most powerful thing that you can have in your arsenal when I tell you when you're being set up right with the IRS and the Treasury and things like that, when it comes to being a secured party and things like that. You think like people can get things done, but you have to be set up properly. Like you said, you want to be at a 5 or a 6
Yep.
when you're talking to them.
Yep.
Because other than that, like you're gonna get nowhere.
Yeah. And I thought this was crazy when somebody told me this a long time ago when that game. They told me, you are the bank. I never knew what that meant. But it's really true. You are the bank. You are the bank. They're the ones operating in bankruptcy. They're bankrupt.
Yep.
They have to take your credits. Period. Return that to the principal. You are the principal. You have one hat that says you're the principal. You can wear another hat that says you're the trustee. And you can wear the same hat that says you're the beneficiary. It's your estate.
Hey,
Do what you want to do.
gotta learn when to
Do
change them
what
hats.
you want to do.
This is where the serious conversations happen at, guys. This is where the real conversations happen at. People can say we're gatekeepers. Like when I tell you, it's like he's been working on these things for years and years and years. He saw me one day. I never knew he was looking at me. Guys, this is someone who's mentoring, who's taught people who you see on a day-to-day basis. You're watching them on YouTube, Usaville and things like that. These are the men. This is where people got these. They had the real conversations with these people right here. Like right here, this is one of our gems right here. I'm not going to call him a guru. He's a subject matter expert because when I tell you he's on each subject that him and I talk about on each consistent basis, like he breaks things down to me. And then like y'all don't even understand like the conversations we have. And like when I first met him and I came and we had our consultation, and for me being sick and having surgery and him checking on me every single week, guys, he's the living truth. And I'm just going to leave it to you like that.
That's love. I love it.
Look.
That when I say that's some real deal,
I
Holly,
blush.
that's some real deal stuff.
You all don't even understand. Like I was like sick. I was down, and even before I was sick and I was down, and he was watching me, and he called me. He's like, "Hey, Tanika, I want to have a conversation with you. You're in Georgia. I'm in Georgia. Let's meet." He took me up under his wings. He didn't ask me for anything. He took me and Elena, and he's just like each and every single step of the way. "Hey, Tanika, your car. They said they're gonna repossess us. Let's deal with Carvana real quick." When I tell y'all, Carvana has not messed with me since this man has done what he did. Whatever this man did. Carvana would call me, y'all. Carvana was like, "Hey, you on a repossession list? You on a repossession list?" Every single month it moves, and they'll send me one letter and say, "Hey, we're coming to get the car September, then October, November, December." My car sits in my like literally in my driveway. These people have not come, touched my car, said nothing to me. He sent them something. I don't even know what he sent. I don't know what he said to the people. I don't know what he's done. He's done something with my mortgage. The people not messing with me. All I'm saying is he said, "Tanika, let's do your UCC. Let's make sure everything is right. Hey, Tanika, the people over in Puerto Rico got your stuff? Yeah, they got my stuff. Hey, Tanika, I got this. Oh, okay. Next steps. Let's move. I'm sick. I'm like literally about to have surgery, praying for me and, have Godspeed and this. Every single week since I've had surgery, he's checked on me and he's done every single thing that he said he was going to do. I'm like, okay, I'm going to send you a payment. I'm going to send some money. He's like, "Stop. Please. Don't insult me. Stop." That's why I said this is the living truth right here. So I can just listen to him talk and speak. And I say, listen, when you come to him and you want to ask him questions and get consultation, be correct. Become correct. I'll say that. Come correct.
Well, thank you. That was beautiful. And like I said, what made me first interact with Tanika, because she always said great key words. And when she said spiritual journey, a light went off in my head. I knew she was the real deal. She said spiritual journey, because that's what it is. It's a spiritual journey. And I look at it like this. I like to help people, even if you just come into this, because it's a lot of mistakes I made. I learned on trial and error. Hell, sometimes it took me extra 3 months to learn because I wouldn't sign documents in court and they'll lock me up for contempt, just let me out 10 days later and drop everything. I went through, back in 2003, 2004, we was going through it. User Veil could tell you, he was the one right with me. So those are things you have to stand on your square. So we're not belligerent anymore. We used to go in there like throwing everything at them. But now, we are calmly, because you just be real calm and settle and say, no, this is how it's going to go. This is my estate. Just like when kids are little babies and kids get to playing with their little friends and you tell your kids to share, the kids are real smart. Kids say, no, this is mine. This is mine. No, mine. I don't want to share, because that's their estate. Think the same way about your estate. No government, no other entity has any right to come in and trespass on your estate or your trust unless you give them authority to do so. Period. Now, silence is authority. You don't say anything, they will do it. That's the acquiescence to agreement, is silence.
Thanks.
So don't be silent.
You don't exercise your rights, you don't have any.
Facts.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So step up. Don't be afraid.
On this, that's a fact. It's people that I know right now lost the case, even though they know that silence is acquiescence on the other end. If you can't sit up here and stand that you know what's going on is right, the judge ain't gonna give you what you want.
Right. Exactly.
Stand on it.
Exactly.
I'll
Yeah.
leave you all with this as well. I'll tell you all. Free Hustle, Free Hustle, and Elena and Goody, they all know. They looked at my tax transcripts. Remember, I believe that I'm set up properly with the IRS from what we're looking at, and I have $1.25 million sitting in the IRS.
I got something where we can retain that too, Tanika. I forgot to. I'll tell you that privately. I got something for that. You're gonna get that.
Go.
So
You're gonna
it's
get that.
sitting there, and I've been patiently waiting for a year. It's sitting there, so it's on my income and wages, and it's sitting there. It politely says $1.25 million because I did some paperwork and I sent some stuff in reference to trust and things like that. And so my friend Free Hustle Nation has been looking, and Elena has been looking, Goody has been looking, and we all have been just like looking at it. And he's been looking at the tax laws and the things like that. And when I spoke to the IRS, they said you've done nothing wrong. It's there, but we can't give you legal advice on how to get it. but it's there and it's yours. It's there and it's yours.
2024 is coming alive, okay?
That's it. Y'all better get out here and get it. I'm telling y'all.
It's hers. It's hers. It's hers.